Okay, sorry, my previous recording got cut off. I couldn't think of the word. It's human nature. So that last one, often characters, objects, and even setting are symbolic within an allegory. In Lord of the Flies, the main characters symbolize different parts of human nature. We will talk about those as we go through chapter 1 and delve deeper into the characters. Um, Okay, so symbols to track while reading. The island, which we made our own little island, but that's symbolic. The conch, Piggy's glasses, the fire, the beastie, the little uns, the pig, and as we just talked about, the main characters. So we will add Piggy's glasses to our microcosm, and we will also add the fire. And we'll talk about the symbolism of each of these. Other literary techniques besides allegory and symbolism that Golding put into this novel: irony, figurative language, so your similes, metaphor, personification, all those good things. This text is rife with imagery and sensory detail, and there are allusions to different stories, names, and history that's going on outside of the text. The youth, these are some allusions. You'll see Ralph and Jack as the main characters. Golding borrowed those from Coral Island. And then Simon comes from the Bible, and Peter was the other boy's name in the Coral Island. He directly mentions Coral Island and Treasure Island, and there are numerous biblical allusions throughout, Simon being a really big one that we'll talk about. Philosophies to consider while reading. Humans are inherently evil. Society establishes government to curb these evil instincts. Humans are inherently good. Humans are born good and are corrupted by society. Humans are inherently neutral. Our experiences determine the balance between good and evil. We had some good class discussion on this one, but I guess my question to you is, with all the previews that I've given, which one does Golding seem to prove through his story? And which one do you believe? I hope that this novel I hope that this novel really makes you think and consider which one of these you believe. I will go over these as a class, so you don't really need to worry about them. But we're going to see what we believe before the novel, and then what we believe after, if anything has changed, and maybe what William Golding thinks about these things, okay? All right, go ahead and move on with your assignment. Well, actually, don't. Once you are done with this, we will read a little bit of chapter 1 together and go over some of the questions